What's up, everybody? Browning ProSteel Hunter 49 DGGGG. Robert with A1 Locksmith, A1 EDU. We're going to discuss this amazingly beautiful American-made gun safe, all the details, the ins and outs, and what makes it tick, why you might want to buy this. But first, as always, like and subscribe if you haven't liked what we're doing for all of you here. And if you've got a little extra time on your hands, go and check out the new merch line. Let's talk about this. Here we go. We start, as always, with what you see in front of you. This thing measures 72 inches tall. I'm not that short, it is on stilts. It does measure 42 inches wide. Thank you. The depth, just the body, is 24.5 inches deep. Now with depth, that includes from the very back wall to the very front wall, or the door, however you want to say that. That does not include such things as our handle lock hinges, nor does it include the power cord. This particular safe does come with that. Let's go ahead and add about 3.5 inches to the 24.5 inches that I told you for wherever it's gonna sit. If you're gonna put it behind a cabinet or door or something like that so that you know those things are there. The 49T, the T literally stands for tall. Their 6 foot line. The 49T holds 49 long guns. Not bad. And we're gonna see, I know, before you start, none of them hold that. We all know that. As a gun guy, as a safe guy, we all know that. Browning's a little different. I'm gonna show you why. Also, what you see in front of you is the textured charcoal finish. The safe is actually available in another color called putty gray, but that's it. You've got two options. Either finish will come with the black hardware, including the lock and the 3-spoke handle. That's the black chrome handle, okay? The secure RAM keypad that it comes with is really good. By really good, I mean it comes with a 5-year manufacturer's warranty. If you have any issue with it, they will pay somebody like this locksmith to come out to your home and take care of it. They now offer, I think we did a video on it, lifetime warranty option on the lock. I think it's like $130, you're covered for life. That tells us how much they believe in the product is what I'm saying. Very important keynote, write that one down. The monster weighs 952 pounds. It's a solid chunk of steel, it's pretty good. What gets it to that weight is the fact that it is constructed of a 12 gauge steel. 12 gauge in our world is good, not great, not phenomenal. None of those things, it's good. It's good because it offers the heat protection from fire, being that thickness, the thicker the steel, the more that's gonna help with fire, along with whatever thermal protection is behind it, obviously. But it's gonna help because then that's the attackers who are trying, the brute force guys and the beating on it and grinding and all these things, right? The thicker the steel, the better that is. So 12 gauge, good, not great. The door is also constructed of 12 gauge steel. Difference being that the door has a 12 gauge liner. So you don't see it, but it's behind that door, along with some extra thermal protection for fire, okay? That's pretty nice. And of course, you can't help but see them, the external hinges. That gives us our full 180-degree opening, making it very nice to get in and out of the safe. This bad mamma jamma offers us 80 minutes at 1,550 degrees of fire protection. Let's give you the graph that we like to make, and hopefully the graph will help show you a little bit more of what that means, what that looks like, okay? So first, we'll turn off the lights. It's code. Here we go. So the fire is going to reach 1,550 degrees. And so I'm throwing my arm out. If it stays that hot for 80 minutes, over an hour, the internal temperature of the Browning Hunter 49T is not going to breach 275 degrees on the inside. which is great protection for fire, or from fire, for our papers and for our, hold on. For our synthetics, for our wood stocks, for our cash. Awesome protection, it really is. And I'm saying that based off of a company that's one of the many things we get paid to do is go out and drill them open after a fire. We've got a great video where one of our technicians does just that. And you can go see that on the channel, pretty sure. Yep. But at the end of the day, you're shopping for burglar protection, you're shopping, for fire protection. Again, 12 gauge steel, the door, the inner liner, the fire protection. These are nice. I already had it partially open. Sorry, just make my job easier. It's almost like I've shot this before. The door has 1-inch bolts. They are protruding from 3 sides when I shut the door and turn the handle, right? We've got them on the top, we've got them on the sides. The ones on the back actually don't go in and out. They're inactive. They don't have to be. They're always in the locked position when I shut this door, which is great. That's just that much more protection. Before I finish fire, we will talk about Pal-U saw. It's this shiny black material right here on the inside of the door jamb. It does an amazing job of creating a smaller gap between the door and the body when there is a fire. Once it's heated up, and they say it's around 212 degrees. I've seen and heard 212, 257 over the years. So at a pretty low temperature, it's going to start expanding, and it will expand 7 times its size, which is great because again, that gap between the door and the body when it's closed, that stops the smoke and the soot and the fire and everything else from trying to get its way inside. Let's talk about what you crazy kids really came here to see. Guns and gun storage. The Browning family gives us the DPX door storage system. Said system does have tiers. It changes as you pay more, pay less. That's going to change. This particular system, right off the bat, offers 8 pistol pockets across the top. There's a 1911, there's a full-size Smith, we've got Glocks. You can see that we can do a wide variety of storage for all my gun guys and gals who are really interested. Now, only thing I'd tell everybody, same thing always, wheel guns, 44s, big monsters, careful. The door has these wonderful little barrel holders, and of course, we've got the stock sitting on the platform at the bottom there. Those are individual. If any of these things ever break, they're actually kind of all individual, but kind of snap together as one. If anything was to break, the Browning ProSteel family understands things happen, and they're willing to help us maybe replace that. This one is holding 2 shotguns. The difference being, well, it's a lever, but it's 410. Calm down, you know what I'm saying. You can put a weapon with an optic on here when you're done with it. You would just set it on here and just turn it sideways, so the optic's pointing either direction, right? That's pretty nifty. So those actual ones that you shoot so much of, all stay here for a certain season or competition, whatever. Again, whatever's familiar to us is there. Pockets, pouches, for whatever your little heart desires. The Molly system in the center though, that makes a little more sense to me because I can do things like, let's say that I do have a shorty that I want to keep on here, actually make what's called a barrel hook. And imagine this, it's not a claw. It actually goes right here on the Molly, right? And so then my barrel can go right there and sit inside because my barrel couldn't reach up here. Nifty. That I do like, and of course, I have a stock riser, so it's actually another stock riser, or another piece of plastic, excuse me, goes right here so that the butt stock would actually start right here on top of my hand so that the barrel could reach. You got options. The CMS interior shelving. Pretty nifty. Now, essentially that's just the press board, you know, and it's got the carpet around it, but I don't know what's more you need. Again, when you go up to the higher levels of the Browning family, ProSteel, they do get into a solid steel shelf with a polymer coating, and it is super trick, it is super cool, I'm not gonna lie to you, but these do their job. Cool thing is that yes, because I've done it many times for customers, those solid steel shelves and those jewelry drawers and the deep shelf and the money shelf, and yes, they actually do fit because it's the same racks in the back going up and down. I said you could put 8 pistols. How about this? We can go ahead and put 5 more. That comes with it. The pistol rack comes with it. The pistol rack could be sold separately, so you could actually bolt one to every single shelf. They just bolt right onto the existing shelves that are there. So that's incredible for you ladies and germs that have mini pistols, right? Great option. As you can see, I went ahead and messed around a little bit. We put in 3 big bodies, right? They all have an optic on them. I could obviously put plenty more. This system is actually designed so that normally I would take a weapon with no optic, like either one of these fellers, and they would go on the back wall. And then an optic guy would go right in front of it. Again, I talked about electric in the beginning, it comes with it. So we've got an electrical outlet right here on the inside, which makes it exceptionally easy if we want to add things like dehumidifiers, LED lights. Heck, if we want to add watch winders. We've got plenty of options there because we've already got power with our safes. And as a gun guy, I do highly prefer that it does have an elevated floor, right? So other safes, you've got the opening of the door and the floor's down here. So when you're pulling, a stock out, you've got to worry about bumping it. Here you don't. Nice smooth opening like a runway. It's pretty fantastic. 4 holes are already pre-drilled in there so that we can set it in place, anchor it to the concrete slab for you, okay? Real quick rundown, check the notes. Who'd we miss? Yeah, they were good. Good job, proud of you. Stuck the whole way through. And for that, I will tell you now that this bad mama drama comes in hitting the scales as you see it for 3409. Okay, for more content again, check out the channel, like, subscribe, follow along, check out the merch, get you some American Pride wear, maybe a little Texas on it, you know where it came from. And if you have any questions, please drop down in that comment section and ask, right? We're going to check it out, we're going to answer, we want to help. Until then, this is the Browning ProSteel Hunter 49T. I'm Robert, this is the A1EDU. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.